Hey, how's it going? This is Chet Chaser, part of Punk Rock Pro, and I'm just making a update really to what I've been doing over the past few months or a year. Um, I haven't posted a video in quite a long time for all five of you watching, and I figure I'm due maybe an update as to what I've been doing and what you can expect from here on out on this, channel, even though it only has about 5 or 6 videos. I've been doing some soul searching over the past, say, year, 10 months, something like that. And I was thinking like, what on earth should I be doing with this? Because forever, I've wanted to have a YouTube channel. I've wanted to focus it on some topics that I've always loved, you know, longboarding or urban exploring and stuff like that. But it always lingers in my head about, I want to do this, but how do you go about showing this on camera and telling other people about it and telling them how to do it if they're curious? Maybe a how to or through a tutorial or something like that. It always comes to the execution because all day you can feel good about having an idea of something you're passionate about, but at the end of the day, the execution is always really the last step in going through that, and that's the step I kind of get stuck on some of the time. So I've been doing some thinking as to how I'm gonna do it, pretty much filming or locations or how I can properly put this out into um, let's say a script or just a video or possibly even a video series. Um, it's just a bit difficult to properly think out before you actually go about talking about it on camera or showing it. But either way, yeah, I'd definitely say as far as videos, you could definitely expect some more. I'm actually going to try um, making one tomorrow and then possibly getting it up within the next 2 or 3 days. And what I'm going to do is show off something I actually got probably a month ago now. Um, it's an electric skateboard, but it's no, actually change that. An electric longboard. So it's not just a cruiser deck. It's an actual longboard deck, and it's a carbon fiber one. It's the Meepo Hurricane Vader. So it comes with 165 millimeter uh, wheels with tires and tubes. I think they make a tubeless set for the same kind of wheel, but the one I got with the package deal was um, it had tubes in it, and I think it also came with the gear drive. Yeah, it was a gear drive kit with the tube tires, the 165 millimeter future set, and also the carbon deck. And let me tell you, that thing is awesome. It took a little while to come in the mail, but once I got it out of the box and got everything set up, it was just awesome. It it really goes fast. It can go for long depending on how much you weigh and depending on like how much like how many hills you're going to go over and the rough terrain and all that. All factors that can go into like calculating what was it gas mile no, miles per hour, gas mileage, my bad. Yeah, it can, like, factors that go into calculating gas mileage definitely go into the range and the speed of all things considered for the electric longboard. Either way, I got that, and it's really gotten me going again on wanting to make videos. And I'm probably going to try doing a review or two of that. And having it as maybe a good intro into like urban exploring and stuff like that. Because I'll be honest, an electric skateboard is like a mid step between having, I'd say, a bike and a car. Because even though it is a longboard or a skateboard, whichever you'd like to put it, it still goes fast and goes far. Obviously, not 80 miles an hour, so you probably wouldn't be taking this thing on a highway, but you could definitely take this on a road depending on where you live and how whether or not the police there are uptight or not about that kind of thing. Speaking of that, there's the laws on this are a bit unclear. I believe electric skateboards have been around for a little while. It's not just something that was made in the last 2 years. They've probably been around for maybe 6 or 7 or a bit more than that. I'm just gonna say 6 or 7 because they weren't made last year. They were made before that. But yeah, the laws are a little iffy on it. So for me, I was riding this in the street, and I didn't get pulled over per se. The cop just got on his intercom, and I was riding along the road, and I got back on the sidewalk because I saw him coming. I'm like, "Oh, okay, he probably won't want me in the street," and he just said, "Get back on the street," and I'm like, "Oh, no, not on the street. Get back on the sidewalk and ride that on the street." I'm like, "Okay." So I just went from the sidewalk from there. But then another time, I got into the street, and somebody yelled at me, and they ended up calling the cops on me. Um, before they called the cops and before I left after they yelled, I thought they were just having a bad day or something. Um, yelled, "Get out of the street," and I yelled back to him, "Put your phone down, man," because I saw he had his phone in his hand. I thought maybe he was mad. He saw me and he had his phone in his hand and thought that was a contributing factor to making him angry. But no, he ended up having his phone in his hand to call the cops on me. But the cop rolled up. He was all cool about it. Fortunately, I told him, yeah, I was in the street. I was in the street. There's no there's no traffic really other than that one guy. But he's like, yeah, just look at your municipality rules and all that. Just try not to be in the street if the sidewalk's not, obstructed, or if there isn't one. Keep it to a minimum. Keep your distance on the street to a minimum. So yeah, definitely a gray area. It's a motorized vehicle, which typically you would ride those on the street if they're capable of going, say, 15 to 20 miles per hour. Which, speaking of which, this one is. I think the bamboo deck can go faster and probably even longer than the carbon deck because it weighs a little less and it's a bit more flexible. But the carbon deck, with the rest of the setup, can normally go about 31 miles per hour, and I think max range is like 33 miles as far as a ride goes. Either way, yeah, if it's motorized, typically you want that on the road. But as I said before, the electric skateboards are, well, whether they're longboards or skateboards, are in a gray area. So they can either be sidewalk or street, depending on where you live. But to bring it all back, yeah, that's one thing that I'm definitely a lot more passionate about than I thought. I've always thought those were cool, but you know, they're actually having one really grounds your interest in it. So I'll probably be doing something with that, a full-on product review, and a bunch of other stuff for it. I've gotten a few things on Etsy and tricked it out with it, like a grab handle, this little stand for like a bike light that you can mount on it, and then also a few like a backpack, a full-blown backpack you can put the thing in, not just not just like a strap that you wear around your whole back, but like an actual backpack that you put it in. It's got other pockets and stuff, which was that's really cool. Um, I, yeah. Other than that, um, yeah. Electric skateboards are definitely something that can be included in it, and I'm also gonna do gear because when I say gear, I don't mean TRT. I just mean like gear for this stuff. Not just appliances, but like parts and accessories for it. Oh, so the backpack, or say like elbow pads, or maybe protective clothing. Like there's a few clothing items that you put foam pads underneath. I believe motorcyclists typically do that, or bikers, whatever you might call it. They'll wear a lot of layers, and beneath the layers they'll have foam pads for their chest, their shoulders, their elbows, their back, and then obviously they'll have the full face helmet too. But yeah, accessories and apparel, including those, and I believe also stuff for the board too. Like fenders or headlights or something like that, and anything else under the sun. That's about all I can think of right now. But I'll definitely keep an open mind and maybe give an update through pinned comments or something like that to give you a better idea. And not only that, but I'm gonna be adding on to it, not just through the gear or the actual things. There's the gear like the backpacks, but then there's the actual vehicles. A bike or a skateboard or an electric skateboard, a longboard. So not just that stuff, but cool things like finding your own spot in the city you live in if you're into urban exploring. So like not just you're getting out and going for a ride, no, like you're getting out, going for a ride and finding a spot to chill. That's not just, the skate park. There's plenty of places. You'd be surprised how many places there are where you could just kind of chill and nobody would really bat an eye about it. For instance, I was doing a ride and um, this was weird. It kind of took me back. This one time I went to Slab City. Slab City being the backstop before the main place of the movie Into the Wild. But it's in the middle of the desert by Nyland, California, near the Salton Sea, and um, it's just a bunch of concrete slabs from where buildings used to stand before they got torn down in the middle of the desert. And it was apparently a military base at one point, but um, after the people there ended up taking off, they tore down all the buildings but left the concrete slabs. And then at some point, somebody went there, made a monument to Jesus, and then other people moved there, and they eventually called it Slab City because you could just set up claim on a slab. I saw that with my own eyes a few years back, but I was doing a ride through where I live, and I saw just a slab in the middle of the street near a business road. And whenever I saw it, I was like, wow, that's just there. That's just like the concrete foundation of where the building is. In fact, I could even see the foam pads of where trucks back up into the dock. I'm like, those are still there too, dude. What the hell? I could just chill here if I wanted. It was a bit dirty, and I didn't bring a ground pad or anything, but other than that, it was like the perfect spot to just hang out. In fact, I was surprised I didn't see any homeless tents over there, because that'd be the perfect place, especially with the dock, it being like 8 feet tall or 8 feet off the ground, I should say, not 8 feet tall. And then, like you set up a tarp and then a tent beneath that. I don't know. That just seemed like the perfect place. But yeah, stuff like that or underneath a bridge. By the way, whenever I do this, I'm not trying to like say get out and just live there as your second home. No, I just mean someplace to kind of chill. Like imagine just setting out a ground pad, almost how you might be at a park, and I don't know, playing Nintendo Switch or something like that. Or just chilling. Chilling's a bit of a broad category, I know, but yeah. Anyways, so it'll be going out and about, finding a spot, what vehicles are the best for that, and not even that, but um, just taking a ride and being a free. What's the word? Um, being a road runner, I guess. I'm not too sure. Either way, yeah, it's just getting out and about, having fun doing it, maybe finding a spot to chill, and just exploring your city more, or your town, I guess. Um, I think growing up in America, your whole conception of where you live is just, well, before you're 16 at least, is just your house, school, your friend's house, and the grocery store. Whereas if you have a bike or something like that, or a skateboard or a scooter. If you get out and about and you take it on the streets and you go random places and hang out there, it gives you a cooler and a lot more of a healthy view of where you live. If you're in the middle of the country, it's a bit more difficult to do that. But I mean, hey, you can do it anywhere if you try. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not the country, but other than that, you can try. You can do it most places, especially in a town or a city if it's a bit bigger than something like um trying to think of a random place here. If it's some Texas town. Um, but yeah, and I just say urban exploring, getting out and about, finding cool spots to chill, what's the best gear and the vehicles for it, stuff like that, you know. And by the way, this would be a video series, and will just be one off the top video where I just talk about this random stuff for, I don't know, 30 minutes or something. No, I'll split it up. Um, and you know, guides too. That'll be something I'll try to do. Is like, here's the vehicle you want. Here's the best way to go about getting it. Possibly even possibly even reviews for the best kinds. Like, here's the best skateboard. Here's the best electric skateboard. Here's the best bike. Stuff like that. Um, and to cap that, or to top that off, cap that. No, to top that off, I'd say it's just, um, it's the best price, the best type, the best purchase, the best bang for your buck, pretty much, on what's the best vehicle. And also, this might be a bit difficult because it varies from, you know, area to area, as I said before. But what are the best? What's the best conduct? You can't just, you know, take this wherever you want. You got to be a bit you got to be a bit wary of the rules and rules, regulations, laws, whatever you might call them. Um, you got to be wary of that so you don't get yourself into trouble, because that's the last thing I'd want anybody to be in, is trouble due to a video they might watch, or just be because they want, or just because they might own something like this. Um, but yeah, I just to finish off, I just say, um, stay posted on these. I'm gonna be bringing them back. I've done a lot of soul searching, but I think I'm in a better place to, you know, make some videos and talk about stuff that I really have a connection with. Um, so within the next day or two, I'll have another one up, and probably within the next week, I'll try to make another one that'll actually, you know, get some better footage. It's not just me talking, staring at the camera like this, talking for talking on my ass for 18 minutes. But you know, either way, stay posted. I'll stay posted. I'll definitely keep filming. I'll definitely keep trying to churn out stuff, and I'll definitely try to um, make it more friendly to the average viewer. I think this low res video where I'm just talking on my ass for 18 minutes or so is not really the most attractive thing. So yeah, I'll definitely try to up the quality of the videos just a little bit. But you know, to finish off, thanks for watching. This was Chet Chaser signing out, and there will be more in the future. Anyways, see you later. Stay safe, and most importantly, stay punk.